Good day, everyone! We are the first group scheduled to report today. I am Gisa Joy Visorde, and here is Miss Agovida, who will be the first to report the first part of this topic.
Good day. Hi, everyone, all of you. My name is Eliza C. Agubida, ang hot mama ng San Vicente, Gumaca, Quezon. Naniniwala sa kasabihang matutong magtipid ng may pambiling diaper. And I thank you. So today, we will discuss about note-taking.
Taking notes. What is taking notes? A process that involves writing or recording what you hear or read in a descriptive way. Use keywords that state essential information. We have 5 R of taking notes. Record, reduce, recite, reflect, and review. Record. During the lecture, magsulat ng mahalagang words. Reduce. After lecture, write a summary of the ideas and facts using keyword as cue words. Recite. Recite all information in your own words without looking at your note text. Reflect. Think about your own opinions and ideas. Review. Before reading new materials, take 10 minutes to review your older notes. Why is note-taking important? Have you ever stopped to reflect why you take note or not? Identifying what you want to gain from note-taking should help you to approach work in a way that effectively supports the achievements of this aim. Bakit nga ba mahalaga ang pagte-taking notes? Because notes are useful record of key information and source of that information. It helps you to remember information and aids your understanding of that information. Ito din ay makakatulong para matandaan mo yung mga naririnig at nang mas maunawaan mo ang iyong mga pinag-aralan. Dahil kapag nag-taking notes ka, may mga ideas ka agad regarding sa mga pinag-aralan niya pag tinanong ka. Recording what you have learned. Making a record of what you have heard or read will ensure that this materials is readily available to you for future use. This may seem too obvious to be worth stating. It is important also to capture notes from your reading to make best use of your invested study time and efforts. Bakit nga ba kailangan nating mag-record? Kailangan may record ang mga naiintindihan mo o mga nakikinig mo sa lecture mo dahil napaka-importante nito kasi para ma-record mo yung mga mahalagang key information na makakatulong sa'yo upang mas maunawaan mo ang pinag-aaralan nyo. Engaging with the material as well as keeping a record of your studies making prompts you to think about the ideas being discussed. As you go along, even if your understanding is not complete, he will at least be clear about what you do and do not understand. And this is an important step towards mastery of the topic, so note-taking is a valuable tool in furthering your understanding. Using strategies to engage with the text to promote understanding and recall. Strategies can include note-taking, annotation, selective highlighting, and help the reader identify the key information he or she wants to remember, ask questions about or connect to other ideas. If you make notes, you much more likely remember the context of the lecture or text, and you also likely develop a better understanding of it because you have been challenged to write it down in your own words. Content, what should I write? Perhaps the most obvious challenge you face when making this is what to include and what to omit. However, this strategy can be counterproductive if taken too far. The more you focus on capturing information, the less likely you are to be actively engaging with the material. You need focus on a single purpose or to focus on key information. Kailangan yung pinakang key information na isusulat mo o yung natandaan mong word. Dito naman, kung ano lang yung naiintindihan mo sa lecture, yun lang ay take down notes mo. Kasi, yun lang yung kayang i-accommodate ng knowledge mo. Kung lahat magte-take down notes, pero di naman napasok sa isip mo, at di naman kay information, mahihirapan ka. Kaya kung ano lang yung nauunawaan mo sa lecture, yun lang ay ang i-take down notes mo. Summarizing materials. Identifying all the key points in a lecture or text philosophical skills which takes practice and requires you to think carefully about what is being said. In summarizing materials, it involves putting main ideas into your own words, including only the main points. And it is shorter than the original and take a broad overview of the source material. Dito sa summarizing, kailangan maisulat mo yung mahalagang key information mula una hanggang huli. Kailangan mong mas unawain o intindihin ito kasi ito ang crucial step. Because an incomplete reading could lead to an inaccurate summary, and developing critical reading skills will help you examine source material with an eye toward what to include in a summary.
Good day again to everyone. I am Gisa Joy Visorde. So, continuation. So, aside from summarizing the material when you write down, evaluating material should be known as well. Evaluating material accurately capturing the essence of the author's or lecturer's original argument is, however, only one dimension of effective note-taking. So, sabi daw dito, kailangan o dapat meron ka ring sariling ideas na nakukuha o naiintindihan dun sa mga tinitake notes mo. Halimbawa, ay you put your own ideas with your own examples with that particular argument instead of writing down the author's or lecturer's original argument or original text. Isinusulat mo ba mismo yung mga kung ano yung mismo sinasabi ng author o nag-iisip ka ng sarili mong halimbawa para mas madaling maintindihan yung sinasabi at matandaan in your own way. And then dapat daw kasi kapag daw tayo ay nag-take notes, dapat ang format ng ating pagsusulat ay yung may kung saan halimbawa ay kung bibigyan tayo ng pagkakataon i-explain yun sa ibang tao ay may explain natin. And then furthermore, that's why when it comes to philosophy, this kind of note taking is very important. Then writing down any thoughts you don't understand so that you can clarify it in class for clarification or ayan. So kung kanina nandun tayo sa content, what should I write down? Ngayon naman punta tayo sa method. How should I go about taking notes? Paano nga ba tayo dapat nagtitake notes? So, dito, malalaman natin yung mga methods na para sa atin. Kung saan, mga methods na makakatulong sa atin to capture the ideas kung saan tayo mapapadali at saan natin mabilis matatandaan yung mga ideas. So, di ba may kanya-kanya tayong mga paraan ng pagtitake notes, di ba? So, how should I go about taking notes? Sabi dito may encourage nila tayo to experiment with different methods. So, matatakil natin yon, different methods in order to discover which work for you. Meron tayong mga brief overview of some different note-taking techniques that will help us to develop our effective study skills. The next one naman is use quotations carefully. Siyempre, minsan gusto mong mag-record o mag-notes ng isang direct quotation. Perhaps in order to cite and then to analyze the statement critically in your written assignment. Halimbawa, sa assignment, yung paggamit ng or pagsulat ng quotations, it's better na marami-rami kang mahilagay to help you remember the context later and adapt it to your reasoning, which is good idea. Pero sa mga written work naman talaga ay dapat yung direct quotation should typically be kept as short as possible. Sabay ensure lang ng your own interpretation based sa argument.
Hi and hello, I'm Renalyn Vega and I'm the presenter of this following topic. Magsimula na po tayo. Leave plenty of room on the page. Makikibasa na lang po yung definition na nakalagay dyan. Dito sa note-making, napakagandang idea na mag-iwan tayo ng space room sa bawat page ng binasa or sinulat natin. Kasi diba kadalasan kapag bumalik tayo dun sa page na yon, meron something na pumapasok na bagong idea or karagdagang comments kang kailangang idagdag. So yung plenty room na inilagay mo, sobrang helpful niya kasi provided na siya doon. Pwede mo dong isulat yung mga details na bago, mga clarification and other comments mo. Yun pa. Next is distinguish between different types of information. There are various ways in which you might choose to signpost such different types of information in your note-taking. First is color coding of different types of material. So, ito naman yung paggamit mo ng iba't ibang ink or tanda. Halimbawa, itim na ink para sa factual material, pulang ink naman para sa conceptual claims, blue para sa halimbawa at iba pa. Next is varying your writing style. May mga taong gumagamit ng capital letter para ma-underline yung mahahalagang details. Next is physical arrangement of the notes on the page can also be useful tools. So ito ay yung paggamit naman ng mga margins, columns, or to record different types of information. So yan, halos pare-parehas lang sila. Ang purpose lang nila is para maging effective yung note making mo sa pamamagitan ng mga various ways na yan. Find ways to relate different pieces of information. Yung mga iba't ibang technique na ito ay maaaring makatulong para mas maintindihan ang magkakaiba-iba ng iyong sulat. Tailoring your methods to your context. There are some ways that your note-taking techniques should be tailored for specific circumstances. You will predominantly take notes either in lectures or when reading. So this is what we have focused on here. Diba, kadalasan naman talagang ginagawa natin pag may seminar, lectures, nagtitake notes talaga tayo. Kasi sa pamamagitan ng pag-take notes natin, nagiging active din yung utak natin. Siyempre, makikinig tayo. Meron tayong mai-put down.
Good day, I am Sheila Forbes and my topic from this presentation is making notes in lectures, making notes from your reading, and doing philosophy. Taking notes in lectures. Taking notes in lectures can have an additional pragmatic benefit of helping you to keep your attention focused. Aminin natin hindi talaga tumatagal ang concentration natin pagdating sa mga lectures. So, natatandaan ko nung nabanggit minsan ng isa sa mga professor ko na 30 minutes lang daw yung maximum ng pakikinig or attention ng isang tao para sa mga gantong mga lectures o klase. So, yung pag-notes during lecture is nakakatulong upang makapag-concentrate tayo at mas maintindihan natin yung topic na din-discuss ng lecturer. Nakakatulong din ito na mas matandaan natin yung mga narinig natin tsaka yung mga nakita natin. And then, mas ma-improve din natin yung ating sarili in terms of pakikinig at yung pag-intindi natin sa mga bagong ideas galing sa mga lecturers. Your lecture will often be structured in such a way to facilitate your note-taking. The lecturer will summarize the key points at the beginning or end of the lecture or both. So, ito yung ginagawa lagi ng isang lecturer bago or pagkatapos niya ng kanyang lecture. Sinasabi niya muna yung mga i-discuss niya or yung objectives niya throughout the lectures para naman malaman natin or magka-idea tayo kung ano ba yung dapat nating tandaan na kailangan nating i-take notes. She may also review the main points at intervals during the lecture. So, pagdating naman dito, may tinatawag tayong signpost na sumasagot sa tanong na ano na ba yung topic na dinidiscuss niya or kung asa na ba siyang part mula sa mga key points na nabanggit niya nung una. So, itang signpost na ito galing sa lecture is napakahalaga sa pag-take notes. Dahil ito yung palatandaan natin na nandun na tayo sa part na mahalaga at kailangang pagtuunan ng pansin. Your note-taking in lecture is constrained by time and place in a way that it is not when you are reading. Because of this, it is wise to adapt your techniques accordingly. So, ito yung mga tactics na pwede nating i-consider. Number 1 is ask your lecturer to slow down or to clarify key points. So, pag may hindi tayo maintindihan or hindi natin masyadong napakinggan, pwede tayo mag-ask sa lecturer na ulitin or dahan-dahanin lang ang pag-explain in a polite way. Number 2 is be more ruthlessly selective in your note-taking. Number 3 is get used to using abbreviations in a systematic way. So, masanay din tayong gumamit ng mga abbreviations at symbols para mas mapadali ang ating pagna-notes. Pwede din tayong gumamit ng mga bullets at phrases kesa i-jot down natin yung buong sentence. Number 4 is ensure you make time to review your notes after the lecture. Making notes from your reading. In reading, there are specific aims in note-taking in addition to recording information and engaging with the material. So, kaya daw tayo nagta-take notes from our reading is may nakalaan tayong pagagamitan ito. Halimbawa na lang ay pag meron tayong mga reporting, magagamit natin ito for presentation. Tsaka, pag may mga assignment tayo, ginagamit natin ito for research. Yun na nga yung nanditong halimbawa yung paggamit nito sa essay writing. So, napakahalaga na dapat enough at appropriate yung mga information na makukuha mo regarding your topic because ito na nga yung magiging reference mo sa paggawa ng essay. Share ko lang din tong nabasa ko na pag daw magta-take notes tayo from our reading is pwede natin gawin yung pag-highlight ng mga mahalagang part para nakakatulong daw ito para mas makapag-focus tayo at mas maintindihan natin yung ating mga binabasa. The fact that the original text is already recorded, it gives us the opportunity to take notes in dialogue with it. So, sinasabi naman dito na dahil nga yung pagkukunan mo ng information is recorded na, mas mabisa at mas mapapadali na yung pagte-take notes at mas makakapili tayo ng mga information na sa tingin natin ay makakatulong sa anumang paggagamitan natin. Doing philosophy. We do philosophy all the time because we are continually taking in information, thinking about it, and coming up with conclusions. In this philosophy of mind, which is identity theory, it is one of the philosophy of mind that purports the state of mind is the same as the brain process. The mental state is the same as the physical state of the brain. It means that the mind is simply a part of the physical body. However, there is a problem with other theories of mind. One is dualism, which portrays that there is no scientific evidence for the existence of any immaterial mental substance. It means that the mind and body are distinct and have different substances. Another one is behaviorism. It rejects dualism in favor of a purely physicalist account of the mind but fails to explain mental causation. Next is the identity theories challenge. The identity theories challenge is it explains mental causation unlike behaviorism. It also provides a physicalist account of mental causation unlike the theory of dualism, and it avoid causal overdetermination, which is all physical events have a fully sufficient physical cause and some physical events have a mental cause.
Good day everyone, I am Joshua Comple and this is my report. The identity theory solution. Mental states are identical with certain particular physical states, namely, certain states of the brain. The mind just is the brain. Next, making best of your notes. Once you have made your initial notes, there are further steps you can take to ensure that you are able to make best of use of them. After all, you have to put time and effort into creating what is now a valuable resource. Ang sabi dito, kapag daw gagawa tayo ng notes, dapat magpuput tayo ng extra effort para mas maging useful yung notes na ginagawa natin. Kumbaga, hindi ka gumawa ng notes na pang one-time use lang. Kasi possible na magamit pa natin yung notes na yun in an expected moment in the future. Halimbawa, may exam din gumagawa tayo ng reviewer, di ba? Then maghahanap tayo ng papel na pwede mag-take ng notes. Mas maganda raw na gawin natin is sa notebook siya isulat, then maganda na yung arrangement ng mga words or pwede ring i-type na natin sa Microsoft Word para pwede pa rin natin siyang itabi or i-save at pwede nating magamit in the future. Or pwede rin nating ipahiram o ipamana sa iba. That is how we should make the best use of our notes. Next, reviewing your notes. Quite possibly the most valuable activity you can undertake to reinforce the value of your notes is to review them shortly after making them. If you have ever unearthed 6-month-old notes that the day before an exam, only to find that you can no longer make sense or perhaps even decipher them, then you will appreciate why this exercise can be valuable. At the most basic level, it will help you to identify any gaps. For example, where you have been written down a shortened phrase through lack of time and need to fill in further detail in order to be able to recapture the full gist of the point at a later date. This activity will also help to do more than ensure the accuracy and comprehensive of your notes. Sinasabi lang dito kung gaano kahalaga ang pag-review ng mga notes na ginagawa natin. Kagaya ng ginagawa natin before exams. Kapag nag-dictate tayo ng notes, di ba? Halimbawa, gumagawa tayo ng reviewer. Nakabukas ang module natin, then babasahin natin yun. Maghahanap tayo ng mga terms na possible mapasama sa exam, then isusulat din natin yung meaning at yung keyword ng term na yun. So, dapat daw, hindi lang basta ganun yung ginagawa natin. Dapat daw aaralin talaga natin yung isang specific topic. Halimbawa, ang term is philosophy. Aalamin din daw dapat natin hindi lang basta kung ano ang meaning ng term na philosophy. We should also explore what its logic, its epistemology, its origin, and characteristics. Nasa ganun, malinaw sa atin yung term na yun. Magiging long term yung knowledge natin about sa philosophy. Yun lang po. Thank you.
Hello, good day everyone. I am Joymay An Evangelista and just let me discuss these following topics. The first one is comparing your notes. Comparing your notes is makakatulong sa isang student para ma-maximize yung effectiveness niya sa pagsusulat. For example po dito is, if their perspective is a very good, it may easier to compare, analyze, and evaluate their works. The second one is marginal notes. Ito po is referred to as side notes, marginalia, apostles, or glosses. Para din po siyang footnotes and endnotes. And also, marginal notes can be used to add comments and reference that helpful but not critical. The next one is the separate note. For example po is when someone says on a separate note, it means like a different subject they want to talk about. Usually, when someone says that they're shifting the topic to something different, you could also use different words to replace on a separate note, but they're pretty similar. But people use whatever the preferences that sounds better to them. Just as simple like that. The next one is storing your notes. Storing your notes is just like collecting or organizing all the ideas that you wanted to do or something into which an item can be collected or recycled. Then the last one is the summary. The summary is ito yung lahat ng natutunan or pinaikling kwento na nandun na yung mahalagang tauhan at mahalagang pangyayari sa isang kwento. Yun lang po. Thank you po.